Here are today's team of 9 contestants preparing for the show. Only one of them will go home with the prize money of up to
£1,000 target within the time limit. The fastest way is to create a chain of 9 correct answers. Get your question wrong, and you break the chain and lose all the money in that chain. But if you say bank before the question is asked, the money is safe. However, you start a new chain from scratch. Remember, at the end of the round, only money that has been banked can be carried forward. In round 1, there are 3 minutes on the clock. We'll start with the person whose name is first alphabetically. That's you, Amin. Let's play The Weakest Link. The first question is for £20. Start the clock. Amin, in food, feta is a type of what?
Cheese.
Correct. Betty, which number is prefixed by the word legs when called in a game of bingo?
11.
Correct. Charlie, on a UK map, what type of roads are represented by the colour blue?
Motorways.
Correct. Sam, according to the proverb, many a true word is spoken in what?
Jest.
Correct. Barry, in astronomy, if Ursa Major means Great Bear, Ursa Minor means what?
Small little bear.
Little Bear. Correct. Julie, what H is the name given to New Year's Eve in Scotland?
Hogmanay.
Correct. Tina, which famous UK film studios were named after the tall pine trees found in the grounds?
Pinewood.
Correct. Tim, in history, in 1903, William Harley and Arthur Davidson founded a company manufacturing what?
Paper.
Motorcycles. Joyce, the penny black and the penny red are famous examples of which type of collectible items?
Postage stamps.
Correct. Amin, which rock and roll singer known as the Big O was famous for always wearing his sunglasses on stage?
Otis Redding.
Roy Orbison. Betty, in nature, which disease killed millions of elm trees in the UK during the 1970s?
Dutch elm.
Correct. Charlie, in the animal kingdom, does a flea have wings?
Yes.
No. Sam, which famous TV scarecrow lived in 10 Acre Field?
Wurzel Gummidge.
Correct. Barry, in food, tandoori cuisine is mostly associated with which country?
India.
Correct.
Bank.
Julie, in darts, what B is the name of the 2 concentric circles at the centre of the board?
Bullseye.
Correct. Tina, in science, what's the name of the process whereby a liquid changes into a solid?
Solidification.
I'll accept. Freezing or solidification.
Bank.
Tim, in pop music, complete the title of this Lionel Richie hit Dancing on the what?
Moonlight.
Ceiling. Joyce, which 1977 science fiction film starts with the line "A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away"?
War of the World.
Star Wars.
Oh.
I mean, in fashion, what M is the name of a punk hairstyle that features a long, spiky strip of hair on a shaven head?
Mohican.
Correct. Betty, the name of the famous 18th century German composer and organist was Johann Sebastian what?
Bach.
Correct. Charlie, in travel, which famous luxury train began its service in 1883, running from Paris to Istanbul?
The Orient Express.
Correct. Sam,
Bank.
what V is the name often given to a country house in Italy or the south of France?
Villa.
Correct. Barry, in modern literature, the Cappuccino Years is part of which series of books by Sue Townsend?
Adrian Mole.
Correct. Julie, if a theatre has the capacity to seat 2,000 people, how many people would it take to quarter fill it?
250.
500. Tina, opened in 1966, the Severn Bridge lies on which motorway?
M5.
M48. Tim, which town in the US state of Nevada became famous when gambling was legalized there in 1931?
Las Vegas.
Correct. Joyce, which card game? Time is up. After all that work, you banked £200. Who is most responsible for that disastrous result? One of you is about to leave with nothing. It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Sam is this game's first strongest link. Tim is the weakest link, as he was the only player to answer 2 questions incorrectly. But have the other players noticed at this early stage?
Okay, voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Tim.
Julie.
Tim.
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 Well, not much doubt about that. Julie, what do you do?
I'm a practice manager of a dental surgery.
Are you? And do
I
they
am.
let you loose on the accounts?
It's my responsibility to do the accounts.
Good heavens, where's this?
in Maidstone in Kent.
I think in Maidstone a few people should check their bills because your arithmetic is lousy, isn't it?
I apologise for that one. It was a very, very bad question
Don't
to get wrong.
apologise to me. You didn't lose me any money.
No, but
Why did you vote for Tim?
Because Tim got 2 questions wrong and he lost the chain of money when it was at his highest.
Right. Joyce, never heard of Star Wars?
I'm not a film goer, Anne, I'm afraid.
Right, so you won't want any film questions, will you?
Hopefully not, no.
Right, why Tim?
I was hoping that we were going to hit our target.
Right.
And Tim blew it.
He did blow it, didn't he? Tim, you think William Harley and Arthur Davidson invented paper, do you?
I believe they didn't. No.
You believe they didn't?
I believe they invented the bicycle.
Right. No, they didn't invent the bicycle. I don't think there's any hope for you, Tim. You better go home with 8 votes. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
At first, I was a bit gutted for being voted the weakest link, but now looking back at it, that was hilarious. I did so bad that I didn't take the middle ground. I did it with style, and I'm out of here. As the cards turned over, I thought, right, what am I going to say to my friends back home when this happens? And as it is, I came here to make an impression, and I believe I did.
Round 2. Pathetic £200 in the kitty. 8 of you left. We are taking 10 seconds off the clock. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Sam. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Sam, in language, what does the Spanish word adios translate to in English?
Goodbye.
Correct. Barry. In food, what H is a Middle Eastern dish consisting of pureed chickpeas, tahini, garlic and lemon?
Pass.
Hummus. Julie. Developing countries in Africa, Asia, Central and South America are often referred to as the third what?
World.
Correct. Tina. In nature, rose hips contain a large amount of which vitamin?
C.
Correct. Joyce. In human biology, photoreceptors found in the eye are sensitive to what?
Light.
Correct. Armin. In TV, Bev's Bar and the Millennium Club feature in which British soap opera?
Family Affair.
Brookside. Betty, on the occasion of which Prime Minister's resignation in November 1990 did Edward Heath say, rejoice, rejoice?
Margaret Thatcher.
Correct. Charlie. Curling is one of the national sports of which country? The United Kingdom.
Scotland.
Correct. Sam.
Bank.
What's the first name of the famous Spanish opera singer Domingo?
Placido.
Correct. Barry. In a classroom of 12 children, 6 are girls. What fraction are boys?
Half.
Correct. Julie. What's the second most populous city in Italy after Rome?
Pass.
Milan. Tina. In children's literature, which author wrote the book Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator?
Roald Dahl.
Correct. Joyce. What's the name of the French singer who is famous for the song Je ne regrette rien?
Edith Piaf.
Correct. Amin. What Y is a form of exercise developed from the Hindu philosophy of using bodily control and meditation?
Yoga.
Correct. Betty.
Bank.
In nature, is a delphinium a plant or an animal?
A plant.
Correct. Charlie. What R is a fungal disease that can produce a circular swelling on the skin and is especially associated with cats?
Roundworm.
Correct. Sam,
Bank.
in football, the Old Firm game is the nickname for the fixture between Celtic and which other team?
Glasgow Rangers.
Correct. Barry, in magnetism, do like poles repel or attract?
They repel.
Correct. Julie,
Bank.
in American sport, for what do the initials NFL stand?
Newfoundland.
National Football League. Tina, what D is a general term for a substance that kills bacteria and can be used to cleanse surgical wards and household drains?
Disinfectant.
Correct. Joyce, which queen did Judi Dench portray in the 1997 film Mrs. Brown?
Queen Victoria.
Correct. Armin, in dance, what F is an American dance with a variant called the one-step?
Foxtrot.
Correct. Betty,
Bank.
in history, was the first issue of the Daily Mirror in 1903 marketed towards men, women or both?
Both.
Women. Charlie, in the story of Joseph in the Bible, how many fat cows did the Pharaoh see in his dream?
3.
7. Sam, in politics, what D was originally a Roman chief magistrate and is now a term for a ruler with absolute power?
Despot.
Time is up. The correct answer was dictator. £350 you banked. Slightly better, but hardly amazing. Who would be out of their depth in a puddle? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Joyce is the strongest link as she answered all of her questions correctly. Julie was the only player to answer 2 questions incorrectly, making her the weakest link. But who will lose out in the vote?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Julie.
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 I mean,
Tina, had enough of Julie?
Yes, NFL
Yes,
did it for
okay,
me.
that's fine, I don't mind. Betty, had enough of Julie?
Well, she did have some, obviously, questions she didn't know the answers to, Anne, so I'm
Right.
afraid she has
Mind
to go.
you, you had one of those,
I
didn't you?
did.
Charlie, why Julie?
The Newfoundland question, and I think she was statistically the weakest link in that round.
Right. Julie, take us through why you thought NFL, which is a reference, as I told you, to an American term of sport, would be Newfoundland.
I just couldn't think of what the answer would be, so I just said the first thing that came into my head as opposed to saying pass again.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I was really annoyed to be voted off that early. Obviously I didn't want to be voted off on the first round, and I'm glad I wasn't, but the second round is just as bad, really. The person I think I least want to win is Betty, because she was being quite loud throughout the day and she likes to let people know that she's there.
Round 3, and of the £2,000 you could have won by now, you have in the kitty just 550. There are 7 of you left. We are taking another 10 seconds off the clock, and we start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Joyce. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Joyce, is the Italian capital Rome in a region called Lazio or Tuscany?
Lazio.
Correct. Amin, in transport, do diesel engines have spark plugs?
No.
Correct. Betty, what is the name of the Olympic sport, which is a martial art derived from jiu-jitsu?
Judo.
Correct. Charlie, which of the Dimbleby brothers was born first, Jonathan or David?
David.
Correct. Sam,
Bank.
which Egyptian city has the highest population in Africa?
Alexandria.
Cairo. Barry, the Peel Centre in Hendon, northwest London, is concerned with training recruits in which profession?
Police.
Correct. Tina, in nature, what G can be root or stem and is sometimes used in cookery and medicine?
Pass.
Ginger. Joyce, with what type of entertainment is 42nd Street in New York associated?
Musicals.
Theatre or musicals accept. Amin, in music, what S is an orchestral composition usually consisting of 4 contrasting movements?
Symphony.
Correct. Betty, who played the fortune teller Oda Mae Brown in the 1990 film Ghost?
Whoopi Goldberg.
Correct. Charlie,
Bank.
in sport, which country did swimmer Ian Thorpe represent in the Sydney Olympics 2000?
Australia.
Correct. Sam,
Bank.
which is more dense, ice or water?
Ice.
Water. Barry, in human biology, what is the common term used to describe a myocardial infarction?
Heart attack.
Correct. Tina, which German relationship doctor and therapist first appeared on US radio in 1980?
Dr. Ruth.
Correct. Joyce, in botany, what G is the word used to describe the development of a seedling from a seed?
Growth.
Germination. Amin, in history, the May the 4th movement was a student demonstration that took place in which Asian country?
Vietnam.
China. Betty, which kitchen appliance was first sold by the Hurley Machine Company in about 1907?
Pass.
Washing machine. Charlie, Mann's Chinese Theatre is in which American city?
New York.
Los Angeles. Sam, in science, what R is the name given to the remaining solid after filtration?
Pass.
Residue. Barry, which Glaswegian ex-welder made a career as a TV stand-up comedian?
Billy Connolly.
Correct. Tina, in science, is hydrogen a reactive or non-reactive element?
Reactive.
Correct. Joyce,
Bank.
Caligula was emperor of which empire between 37 and 41 AD?
The Roman Empire.
Correct. Amin, in
Bank.
which country did the UK... Time is up. I cannot complete the question. And you banked £390. I urge you, with such a poor bank balance, dump the dunce, ditch the ditherer. It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Barry is the strongest link, with all of his questions answered correctly. Sam, a previous strongest link, is now the weakest link. But how will the voting go?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Sam.
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 I mean,
I'm in.
Betty. Why Sam?
Well, unfortunately, she got all her questions wrong. I know she was the strongest link in the first round, but I had to vote up who was the weakest link in that particular round, and I'm afraid it was her.
Right. Charlie, why Sam?
Oh, she's a lovely lady, but in that round she had more answers wrong than anyone else, and she was the weakest link, I believe.
Right. Sam, what do you do?
customer service rep.
And you've answered 3 questions incorrectly in a row. That must be an unusual experience for someone in customer service, to be in the wrong 3 times.
Well, that's right.
You did bank the most money, but it hasn't saved you. With 5 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Bye. Did get all my questions wrong, so I half expected it, but then I did bank the most money, which was £220, and I thought that might have saved me, but on this occasion it didn't. The person who I think that might be voted off next is Amin. He wasn't as bad as me in that round, but I think overall in the rounds he has shown signs of weakness with his knowledge.
Round 4, £940 banked so far. 6 of you left. We are taking another 10 seconds off the clock. You now have only 2.5 minutes. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Barry. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Barry, in which country of the UK is there a mountain called Dunkery Beacon?
Scotland.
England. Tina, in food, what S is a small wild onion that can be pickled or used in cooking?
Shallot.
Correct. Joyce, in which year was the blockbuster film Titanic released, 1997 or 1998?
1998.
1997. Amin, in New Zealand, which major city is known as the City of Sails?
Auckland.
Correct. Betty, in which famous radio comedy show did Spike Milligan and Peter Sellers play the characters Eccles and Major Bloodknock?
The Goons.
Correct. Charlie.
Bank.
Which H is a system of medicine which was established in Germany at the end of the 18th century by Dr. Samuel Hahnemann?
Homeopathy.
Correct. Barry, in geography, in which ocean would you find the Arabian Sea?
Indian.
Correct. Tina, in pop music, complete the title of this 1965 Bob Dylan song, Subterranean Homesick what?
Blues.
Correct. Joyce,
Bank.
in literature, complete the title of this Jane Austen novel, Northanger what?
Abbey.
Correct. Amin, in Shakespeare's play Cymbeline, is Cymbeline the King of France, Britain or Denmark?
Denmark.
Britain. Betty, in art, which Spanish painter was quoted as saying, I paint objects as I think them, not as I see them?
Picasso.
Correct. Charlie, in which decade did John Lennon marry the musician and artist Yoko Ono?
1970s.
1960s. Barry, which country has suffered the greatest amount of deforestation in the last 10 years?
Brazil.
Correct. Tina, which notorious Australian outlaw did Mick Jagger play in a 1970 film?
Ed Kelly.
Correct. Joyce.
Bank.
In humans, are synapses found only in the brain or everywhere else in the nervous system?
Everywhere else in the nervous
Correct.
system.
Amin, in religion, Augustine became the first holder of which title in the year 597?
Archbishop.
The correct answer is Archbishop of Canterbury. Betty, the Irish explorer who accompanied Captain Scott on his expedition to Antarctica in 1901 was Sir Ernest Henry who?
Shackleton.
Correct. Charlie.
Bank.
In literature, which British female writer of detective novels wrote Appointment with Death in 1938?
Agatha Christie.
Correct. Barry. In geography, which island in the South Pacific is famous for the huge stone statues along its hillsides?
Easter Island.
Correct. Tina, in pop music, which former member of Take That released a solo album called Open Road in 1997?
George Michael.
Gary Barlow. Joyce, in the animal kingdom, does the male or the female ostrich incubate the eggs?
The male.
Correct. Amin,
Bank.
in geography, Kathmandu. Time is up. And another pathetically disappointing round in which you put into the kitty only £240. Who has reached rock bottom and should stop digging? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Betty is the strongest link with all of her questions answered correctly. Amin is the weakest link according to the statistics. But will the voting reflect reality?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Barry.
Charlie.
Charlie.
Amin.
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 Barry, what do you do?
I give advice on microbiological and biochemical matters to food and drink producing companies.
Right. So you're a bit of an expert, really.
Not for me to say.
Why Amin?
I don't think any of us had a particularly good round last round, but I was taking into account previous round performances in my choice.
Right. Do you think people will be taking your previous performances into account?
I hope so.
Charlie, why Amin?
Because he got the question wrong, which stuck in my mind.
Right. Amin, how do you think you did?
Not bad, just one question wrong.
Can you count up to 10?
I can.
Can you? I wonder, because you think you only got one question wrong, you got 2 wrong. Anyway, you can go away and practice. 3 votes. Does that make sense to you? 1, 2, 3. You are the weakest link. Bye.
I think that there is a little faction that are tactically voting and are bonding together so that see if they can get as far as they can together, and then it's free for all. I would at least like to see win tonight Barry, because he's voted for me twice in 2 consecutive rounds, and just as revenge really, that I wouldn't want him to get through.
Round 5 and you soldier on. 1,180 in the bank. 5 of you left, another 10 seconds coming off the time. We start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Betty. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Betty, which former US president was pardoned by Gerald Ford in 1974?
Nixon.
Correct. Charlie, in which year was the RAF formed, 1910 or 1918?
1918.
Correct. Barry, which famous US tennis star married Tatum O'Neal in 1986?
Pass.
John McEnroe. Tina, in theatre, which British actress and dame made her professional debut as Ophelia in Hamlet at the Old Vic in 1957?
Pass.
Judi Dench. Joyce, in music, what P is the name usually given to a composition intended as the preface to a further longer piece of music?
Prelude.
Correct. Betty, in the Bible, according to tradition, how long did the Israelites spend wandering in the wilderness?
40 days and 40 nights.
40 years is the correct answer. Charlie, which British singer reached #1 in the UK with Sacrifice in 1990?
Elton John.
Correct. Barry, in which year did Pope John Paul II visit Britain, 1978 or 1982?
78.
1982. Tina, in literature, Dorchester is a place of pilgrimage for readers of Thomas who?
Hardy.
Correct. Joyce, the organisation ABTA is the Association of British what?
Travel agents.
Correct. Betty,
Bank.
in maths, if the radius of a circle is 4 centimetres, what's the diameter?
8.
Correct. Charlie, which British boxer did Mike Tyson defeat to regain his WBC World Heavyweight belt in 1996?
Frank Bruno.
Correct. Barry,
Frank.
which British actor was born Krishna Banji in North Yorkshire in 1943?
Pass.
Ben Kingsley. Tina, in which European country is the port of Brindisi?
Italy.
Correct. Joyce, was Immanuel Kant a philosopher or an artist?
A philosopher.
Correct. Betty, in TV, in which decade was Bob Monkhouse born?
20s.
Correct. Charlie, which
Bank.
military leader of France was born in Corsica in 1769?
Napoleon.
Correct. Barry, in cricket, what B is the name for the 2 wooden sticks which are placed on top of the stumps?
The Bales.
Correct. Bank. Tina, in Greek mythology, the aegis was a short cloak with golden tassels, principally worn by which god?
Zeus.
Correct. Joyce, in nature, the plant heliotrope is commonly known as cherry what?
Blossom.
Cherry pie. Betty, in 1901, the Italian porn... Time is up. Another poor round with only £250 won. Whose day is sadly done? Who proves that brains are nothing to do with qualifications? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
With 4 correct answers, Charlie is the strongest link. Barry only answered one question correctly, making him the weakest link. But who will lose out in the vote?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Barry.
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 Charlie.
Joyce, had enough of Barry?
No,
Yes.
not really.
Oh, really? So why have you voted for him?
Well, I think he might have been the weakest link in that round.
Charlie, have you got any qualifications?
None apart from some A-levels.
Right, but you got all the questions right.
A degree from Life's University.
Right. Barry, where's your degree from?
Newcastle.
Right, maybe you should have gone to Charlie's university.
Possibly so.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I'm slightly disappointed because had I got through that last round, which I didn't, then I would have fancied my chances. The McEnroe question was the one that I'm disappointed with because I did know the answer. But knowing the answer and being able to bring the answer to mind instantaneously are two entirely different things.
Round 6, and of the £5,000 you could have won, you have in the kitty 1,430. There are 4 of you left. We are cutting another 10 seconds from your time. We start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Charlie. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Charlie, in humans, the right lung is composed of 3 lobes. Of how many lobes is the left lung composed?
3.
2. Tina, what P is the name of the currency in Colombia, Cuba and Chile?
Peso.
Correct. Joyce, in politics, how big was Tony Blair's majority in the Commons in the 1997 election? 109, 139 or 179 seats?
179
Correct.
seats.
Betty,
Blank.
which British golfer won more major championships in the 90s than any other player?
Nick Faldo.
Correct. Charlie, which Charles Dickens novel features the characters Magwitch and Pip?
David Copperfield.
Great Expectations. Tina, in science, which common silver-coloured metal is liquid at room temperature?
Mercury.
Correct. Joyce, which Royal Society, founded in 1804, assembles information about botanic cultivation and plants in general?
The Royal Horticultural Society.
Correct. Betty,
Bank.
what was the name of Jim Carrey's pet detective character from the 1995 film When Nature Calls?
Pass.
Ace Ventura. Charlie, which Evelyn Waugh novel features the character Anthony Blanche, an old Etonian?
Pass.
Brideshead Revisited. Tina, in music, what nationality is composer and performer Philip Glass?
English.
American. Joyce, in Switzerland, the town of Zermatt is dominated by which famous mountain?
The Matterhorn.
Correct. Betty, in religion, what sea was the land into which Joshua led the people of Israel?
Canaan.
Correct. Charlie.
Bank.
In sport, which London football team plays its home games at Craven Cottage?
Fulham.
Correct. Tina, in the British peerage, which is the higher degree of nobility, Duke or Earl?
Duke.
Correct. Joyce. In geography, the county of Somerset has its administrative headquarters in which town on the River Tone?
Taunton.
Correct. Betty.
Blank.
In literature, who coined the phrase "a little learning is a dangerous thing" in his essay on criticism in 1711?
Alexander Pope.
Correct. Charlie. In the American Civil War, was Robert E. Lee a Confederate or a Union commander?
Confederate.
Correct. Tina, in music, in which decade did Cyndi Lauper have her first UK hit, Girls Just Want to Have Fun?
80s.
Correct. Joyce.
Bank.
In the animal kingdom, how many legs does a hexapod have?
6.
Correct. Betty.
Bank.
If a garden fence is 4 feet tall, how many inches is it?
48.
48 is the correct answer, but you were out of time. And in that round, you banked £340. You only answered 5 questions incorrectly. The question is, who is most responsible for that figure of £340 not being higher? It's time to vote off. Weakest link.
Joyce is the strongest link for the second time. Charlie has gone from strongest link to weakest link. But will the voting follow the facts?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Charlie.
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 Tina.
The sisterhood has struck. Joyce, why Charlie?
He got 3 questions wrong that I remembered.
Right, and you got 5 right, didn't you?
I don't know, did I?
Yes. And Betty, why Charlie?
Well, again, he was the weakest link in that round. He got his questions wrong, and it's nice to have 3 women left.
It is indeed. So, Charlie, you're the weakest link overall, and you were certainly the weakest link in that last round. And with 3 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Who can tell what 3 women left together would do? The sisterhood got rid of me, but will they have the knives out for each other? I think Joyce could very well win it because she was nervous at the start, shaking like a leaf, but she's got stronger as the quiz has gone on. She's got herself together, and she does have the ability to win.
Round 7. There's £1,770 in the kitty. 3 of you left. You've got rid of all the men and 2 of the women. Another 10 seconds is coming off the time. We start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Joyce. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Joyce, Façon de Venise was a 16th and 17th century style of making decorations from which material?
Lace.
Glass. Betty, the St George's Channel separates Wales from the southern eastern coast of which country?
Ireland.
Correct. Tina, in grammar, what P is the name given to the part of a speech that is used in place of a noun?
Pronoun.
Correct. Joyce, in modern history, in which country did the 1922 Rand Revolt take place?
South Africa.
Correct. Betty, in geography, in which English county is the town of Knutsford?
Cheshire.
Correct. Tina, which American actor played the character Mr. White in the 1992 film Reservoir Dogs?
John Travolta.
Harvey Keitel. Joyce, what M is a city in southeast Germany and the capital of Bavaria?
Munich.
Correct. Betty, what's the name of the US famous department store located in Herald Square in New York?
Pass.
Macy's. Tina, actress Zsa Zsa Gabor was convicted of slapping a member of which profession in 1989 in Beverly Hills?
Policeman.
Correct. Joyce, in history, which country won the Battle of Agincourt in 1914?
France.
England. Betty, in which English county is the Brooklands motor racing circuit?
Surrey.
Correct. Tina, in geography, what sea is a group of self-governing islands in the Pacific Ocean?
Christmas.
Cook Islands. Joyce, what is the name of the New York hotel which was the location of Dorothy Parker's famous round table literary gatherings in the 1920s?
The Algonquin.
The Algonquin, yes, correct. Betty,
Bank.
there are 2 species of alligator. One is the Chinese. What's the other?
American.
Correct. Tina, who played Perry Mason in the 1960s TV courtroom drama?
Raymond Burr.
Correct. Joyce, in transport, for what do the initials P and O stand?
Pacific and Orient.
Peninsular and Oriental. Betty, in which westerly state of America is the city of Sacramento?
California.
Correct. Tina, which bill has been General Secretary of the Transport and General Workers? Time is up. I cannot complete the question, and in that round you banked £120. Now, in round 8, you get the chance to treble what you bank, and that means in the next round, potentially, there's £3,000 to be won. The question is, who is least likely to help you get the final bank balance as high as it can possibly be? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Betty is the strongest link for the second time. Joyce has gone from strongest link to weakest link. But at this crucial stage of the game, will her previous good performance be enough to save her in the vote?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Betty.
Tina.
Joyce.
We have a 3-way tie. Tina, Betty and Joyce, a vote each. So, Tina, what made you go for Betty?
I think she got 2 questions wrong, which may be the same as me, but I can't remember.
And what do you do? Just remind us.
I'm a civil servant.
In what department?
In VAT.
VAT. My goodness. Do they let you do any counting there?
I've only just started, Anne. My feet are hardly under the table.
Right. Well, I think some arithmetic lessons, Tina, before they let you settle in, or you give me a VAT bill, because Betty only got 1 question wrong.
Oh.
Joyce, why Tina?
I think she got a couple of questions wrong.
She did, so it's a
Yeah.
pity you don't work in custom and excise and VAT, because you can count better than Tina, who does. Betty,
Yes.
as the strongest link, you have the choice of who to get rid of. Now, let me tell you that Joyce, statistically, was the weakest link. You can get rid of who you like, Joyce or Tina.
Well, I'm going to go with my initial vote. It's going to be Joyce, because
Right.
she was the weakest link.
Okay, Joyce, Betty's chosen you. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
The questions that I'm most upset about are the gardening questions throughout the whole show, because my family and friends know that I am passionate about gardening, and I got both questions absolutely wrong. I think Betty will win tonight, but I hope it's Tina, because I think Betty was just a wee bit afraid of the competition.
Round 8, you've won £1,890 so far. There are just the two of you left, Tina and Betty, and you have 90 seconds. But whatever you win in this round will be trebled and added to your total to make up your final prize money. So, £3,000 is at stake in this round. We start with the strongest link from the last round, that's Betty. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Betty, in nature, what is a plant stem that grows horizontally along the soil surface and is also a type of bean?
Runner.
Correct. Tina, the 1800 Act of Union proposed to abolish the Parliament of which country?
Scotland.
Ireland. Betty, the Mersey Tunnel links the town of Birkenhead with which city?
Liverpool.
Correct.
Bank.
Tina, in art, Hans Holbein the Younger was court painter to which English monarch?
Charles I.
Henry VIII. Betty, in the animal kingdom, what sea is a wild dog capable of running at 40 miles an hour?
Coyote.
Correct.
Bank.
Tina, in which country is the Abbey Theatre where the plays The Plough and the Stars and The Playboy of the Western World were first staged?
Australia.
Ireland. Betty, Stradey Park in Wales is a venue for which sport?
Rugby union.
Correct. Tina,
Bank.
in politics, for what do the letters GCHQ stand?
Government. Something HQ. Pass.
Government Communications Headquarters. Betty, which 17th century French comic playwright wrote La Tartuffe and School for Wives?
Molière.
Correct. Tina, which actor played Grandad on the children's 1970s and 80s TV series of the same name?
Clive Owen.
Done. Clive done. Betty, what A was a military opponents of slavery in the 19th century America?
Abolitionists.
Correct. Tina,
Bank.
which building in Washington, D.C. houses the Senate and the Houses of Representatives?
Pentagon.
Capitol Building. Betty. Time up. You banked £80. We'll treble that and add it to the winnings from the previous rounds. That means prize money today of £2,130. But of course, only one of you can take that money away, so now you will be playing against each other head to head. I'll ask alternate questions, best of 5. Whoever answers the most correctly wins. It's as simple as that. If there's a tie after 5, we'll go for sudden death until we have a winner. So Tina and Betty for £2,130. Let's play the weakest link. Betty, as the strongest link in the last round, you have the choice of who goes first.
I'd like to go first.
Betty, in which county is Wells, the smallest cathedral city in England?
Somerset.
That is the correct answer. Tina, who is the longest serving character on the UK TV soap Emmerdale?
Alan Turner.
The correct answer is Seth Armstrong. Betty, which European city built a 106-metre Great Wheel to celebrate the dawn of the 20th century?
Paris.
That is the correct answer. Tina, in music, which legendary American blues singer plays a guitar that he calls Lucille?
Eric Clapton.
The correct answer is B.B. King. Betty, what was the name of the small bear-like inhabitants of the planet Endor in the Star Wars film Return of the Jedi?
I don't know.
Correct answer is the Ewoks. Tina. The Battle of the Alamo in 1836 was fought by American settlers seeking independence from which country?
Mexico.
That is the correct answer. Betty. Which Viking comic strip character was created by Dick Brown and has appeared in newspapers since 1973?
Vorterix?
Correct answer is Hagar the Horrible. Tina, which fuel is obtained by distilling crude oil and was first produced in 1830 by Baron von Reichenbach?
Petrol.
The correct answer is paraffin. Betty, if you answer this question correctly, you've won. So for £2,130. In cookery, the gelatine substitute agar is extracted from which type of plant?
Seaweed.
That is the correct answer. That means, Betty, you are today's strongest link and you go away with £2,130. Tina, you leave with nothing. Join us again for the weakest link. Goodbye.
I would have liked to have won. Obviously, just over a couple of £1,000 would have made quite a big difference to my house and its maintenance. But I really do think that the best woman won. I think Betty did have a better general knowledge base than I did.
My expectations of today were, well, come, have fun, enjoy it. If you get through the first round, great. If you get through right to the end, well, I didn't expect to, but even better.